Good morning. Glad you're with us, Trevor Roubadeaux. Getting up early for us.
Back. Guess who's back? Back again.
It's TR. And I'm Brendan Kinney, and we are doing this to connect with our friends here on Up North Live Facebook, YouTube, and X. We already have people commenting and also giving their answers already for the weather quiz. So Trevor's in for Heather, who has a pretty rough work day.
A very important work thing she has to do.
Yeah.
So important that she couldn't join us.
Play golf. That's what she's up to today. So hopefully she's having fun or will have fun. I don't know what time that starts, but anyway, we know that Trevor loves to be here talking about the weather.
Yes, that's right.
And running on not much sleep.
Running on 1.5 hours of sleep.
Okay.
Oh, 90 minutes.
Oof. Yeah, not much.
The first day filling in is always the worst. If I have to go through multiple days, the first day, so like today in this case, obviously Heather was here yesterday, so this is my first day filling in for her. It's always the worst in terms of getting sleep, because it just, turning around my schedule in one day is just not possible.
Yeah. And then you're with us tomorrow, Friday, Monday.
And then again Monday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And as far as I'm aware, I may get a text or an email saying otherwise at some point here, but most of the time, whenever I fill in on a Monday for Heather, Joe will take the Sunday.
Yep.
Currently, that is not in the schedule planner at all.
Oh.
So it sounds like until further notice, I am working Sunday evening and then immediately working Monday morning. And now that I live out of Kalkaska, I will definitely not be going home to take a nap. I will be napping here on the couch.
Well, sounds like I may have to talk to the boss man about that.
I've done it before. I've got no problem with doing it. It'll give me one less reporting day to do. So,
Trevor is a dedicated coworker, that's for sure.
bah.
So I'm curious, as we enter summer here, what?
Summer?
Not this Friday, but next.
Summer.
What prompted this question here? Sleet, freezing rain in Grapple.
You're like, wait a minute. What time of year is it again? Why are we talking about snow and freezing rain? What is happening? What is happening? I'm rewinding the clock.
Okay, that's fair enough. You do whatever you want.
Felt like it.
Okay.
It ain't summer yet. Not until the old lady sings on June 22nd.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Sorry. Still spring.
To be honest, I don't really know what prompted this question.
Fair enough.
If I were to go back and ask myself, what time is it? It's 8:40. When did I make this question? This question would have been, I made this at like 3:50 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. If I had to ask myself 4.5 hours ago, what are you... What are you doing? I would have been like, hey, gee, I don't know. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm on 1.5 hours of sleep. What are you asking me for? Don't you have something better to do, like run around in the inner thoughts and give yourself the craziest ideas? Because I do that.
Wow, a look inside
I've got
of Trevor's
a little
mind.
helper. He's very tiny. You can't see him. And he runs around in there.
Okay.
And every once in a while, he'll kind of jump out and be like, you should do this.
Okay.
And I'm just like, okay. And sometimes that thing that it tells me to do will be running around the studio or doing a flying kick or a random noise. Brendan knows all about those random noises.
We love the random noises. Kind of startled me during the newscast. Well, not during it, but well, sometime between 4:30 and 7. I just chuckle. What else can you do? He keeps us smiling.
It brings back the age-old question that I get asked a lot. It's like, how on earth do you have this much energy at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning
with no caffeine?
With an hour and a half of sleep and no caffeine.
Yeah.
The eternal question that I will probably never, ever know the answer to, other than the standard answer that I give people, which is just, I have ADHD, which is like, to be honest, it is a thing that doctors prescribe, like, you have this thing about you, but I'm like, what does that even really mean?
Yeah.
Is ADHD just fancy for you naturally have a lot of energy and nowhere, like, you don't really have anything to do with it?
I don't have doctor in front of my name.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have BA Meteorologist, or BA of Meteorology.
Yeah.
BAS, technically, Bachelor of Science.
Yep. So, Gib.
Gibbs
That's
like,
right,
all right,
you know
let's
what? I'm
move on.
sorry, Gib. I never acknowledged you. So Gibbs in the back, hitting the buttons.
Yep.
But I'm sure a lot of people, we're 6 minutes in here, I'm sure people are wanting to know the forecast.
Yeah.
You want to go in that direction?
Yes.
Sounds good.
And of course, I will address the actual question first. We kind of
Fair
talked about it. We were like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
What is it called when snow that leaves the cloud, it begins to fall, and then it partially melts, and then it refreezes again before touching the ground? And the most important part of this weather quiz that I told Brendan this earlier, the most important part is the words refreezes before touching the ground.
Okay.
Because if it doesn't refreeze before touching the ground, then it's something else. The answer changes. So give you some time to think about that. The answers are sleet, freezing, rain, and grauple. And then we'll get to the forecast, since Gib was very adamant about how we need to get to the forecast. Like, that's enough. You guys have been rambling for too long. We'll talk about three big things to kind of round out the end of the week. Few showers will be possible for the remainder of today. I think they'll be mainly in the morning, potentially some in the afternoon. The best chances for that are going to be up north in the eastern upper and along the straits. Everywhere else should stay completely dry. And then again tomorrow. But tomorrow, our better chances for rain will be in the northern lower, particularly in our southern counties. I think mainly south of M72 along that line. Especially in the morning and early afternoon tomorrow. A lot of this rain that I'm talking about tomorrow will arrive overnight, and very likely by the time you wake up tomorrow, you'll be getting rain if you're in those southern counties. Again, the further north you move, I don't think we'll get much. And I'll show all of this on Stormcast. And then we'll have more widespread rain chances on Friday. I'll show you that too. And then a pleasant day for Father's Day. As of right now, it looks like lots of sunshine, warmer temperatures in the 70s. Unclear on the smoke. That's the common question that we get asked nowadays all the time. It's like, with all the Canadian wildfires, is it going to be hazy? The smoke forecast is not something that we can't really say for sure any more than like a couple days out. So all I can say is we'll keep an eye on it. Hopefully not, but we'll keep an eye on it. We'll get towards temperatures now, talking about current conditions in the 50s and 60s. Just a few hours ago, we were still in the 40s and 50s, but now the sun is out and there's very little cloud cover. We're going to rapidly warm up. Little cloud cover, but there is still some haze, and also lots of moisture near the ground, enough moisture near the ground that we've been dealing with fog all morning long. But now that we are getting towards the latter half of the morning, we're getting out here with lots of sunshine, and temperatures are beginning to warm rapidly. And as the temperatures continue to warm, as long as we don't add more humidity to the air, we should gradually lose more and more of the fog problems that we've been having around northern Michigan. Just a few hours ago, this was like, I think it was 70% of the map was saying like, oh, we have like less than 3 or 4 miles of visibility from the fog. It's cleared up a lot since then, and that's going to continue to be the case. I suspect no more than probably 2 or 3 hours from now, we should have no more fog around northern Michigan. There's the look over radar, some passing clouds this morning. This will last for another few hours, so if you're not sunny right now because of cloud cover, that won't last for too long. This is just a very weak system. And this is that same system that's going to give us some rain chances today, very isolated rain chances. With that cloud cover moving through, there is the potential that right in through the straits and eastern upper, there could be a few drizzle spots here or there, a few isolated showers very briefly. But otherwise, that will move out by later in the afternoon, as shown by the Stormcast. That cloud cover will move out. Here's the look from now. Again, cloud cover moving through. That'll pass to the east later in the late morning and early afternoon, and then we'll break out to mostly sunny skies. Same thing that I mentioned before, we do have some haze potentially today, especially in the northern lower. And on top of that, because it's still fairly dry, warming temperatures and windy conditions, especially in the afternoon, that means high fire danger. So we've got haze, high fire danger, but still mostly sunny skies and warmer, at least into the 70s and 80s. Most spots will be in the 70s. There'll be very few 80s, I think. Then in the evening, we'll have more increasing cloud cover. So kind of passing clouds, sunny and then increasing clouds in the evening. And this round of cloud cover will be associated with the rain that we will get tomorrow. This will move through overnight, late overnight tonight. And again, looking at that line, that band of rain over top of the system, one of these ridge runners that we get every so often in the spring. We usually get at least 1 or 2 a year. That will move through. And again, most of our rain chances will really be centralized to the northern lower along or south of M72 in northern Michigan. See how the eastern upper stays almost completely dry there. They also have a lot more sunshine. I think they'll have a lot more sunshine in the eastern upper and along the straits than we will down south. Kind of two different stories. Then later on Friday, we'll have more rain chances. That's when the system kind of fully arrives, and we'll have a lot more widespread rain chances on Friday. So that's kind of the end of the work week. And then there's the weekend. Lingering cloud cover from this same system on Saturday, and I do think some lingering rain showers along with that. Mainly in the morning and early afternoon. That'll eventually end along with decreasing cloud cover on Saturday, some cooler temperatures, but then warm up and have a lot more sunshine just in time for Father's Day this weekend on Sunday. Abundant sunshine. I think just like today, we can have temperatures into the 80s on Father's Day this weekend. We'll keep an eye on the smoke and any other potential weather hazards to keep an eye on. Now we'll get to the 7-day. I've kind of plotted out a lot of the days already, but rain mostly south tomorrow. Widespread Friday. Chances rain, especially in the morning in the northern lower. Saturday, clear Sunday. And then next week, it looks like we're going to slightly start to warm up. We'll keep an eye on that too, because temperatures tend to change a fairly decent amount sometimes. I remember about a week ago, we were looking ahead to this week, and we thought it was going to be well above average in terms of temperatures, and it ended up being the exact opposite. Well, not the exact opposite, but it ended up being a little below average for the majority of the week instead of above. So we'll keep an eye on how the temperatures trend outside of that. And then we'll get back to our weather quiz and say hi to friends commenting around northern Michigan as Brendan has just arrived back in the studio.
I like that plan, Trevor.
Yes.
Yeah. We will say hi to, a little too late, Gavin. Dorothy is chiming in, a little too late, Gavin. I don't know what that means. Anyway, she's at the top of our list. Chris is saying good morning from East Lansing. Susan is saying sunny. It's 59 in Kalkaska. Paul saying good morning from Rogers City. Hi, Gib, Brendan, and Trevor. Hi, Paul.
Hello.
Joel saying good morning from Pleasanton, 59 and mostly sunny. Heading to work soon. Sleet for the quiz is his guest, Trevor. We have Mark saying good morning from Fremont, 83 degrees today with some wildfire smoke down that way.
Yep.
Alice saying good morning, Brendan and Trevor. You do a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alice. 62 and sunny in Alpena. And Susan is guessing sleet. We have Jackie saying good morning. It's 55 in Kalkaska. The sun is bright. Hello to you, Jackie.
Hello.
Alice is guessing sleet. And like she did yesterday, Trevor, I know you weren't here, but she loves her sunflowers and sunshine emojis.
Yeah.
And she alternates between them. Beautiful. I love it. Jackie is going with sleet for the weather quiz. Christine saying good morning. The sun is trying to come out, but very hazy.
Yep.
It's 59 there in Akyak. Have a wonderful day to you both, she said. Chris going with the sleet option. Jackie saying looking good, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Gail saying good morning again. She was with us about 6:20 this morning.
Yep.
She's watching from Kingsley. The sun is shining now, 61 degrees. Sleet is her guess, Trevor. Chip watching, saying good morning from Grand Rapids at 63. Dave is saying it's already 60 in Breckenridge. It's going to be in the 80s. Looks like a nice day, except I'm going to the dentist.
Oh,
And he
that
says-
immediately makes it not as nice of a day.
I guess it kind of depends on what kind of work you're getting.
Yeah.
I love
I
going
don't
to
like
the
ever
dentist,
going to the
but
dentist.
that's just me.
Oh,
Now,
I've
Dave
always-
says blah in
I've
parentheses.
always hated the dentist.
So we think
Nothing against any dentist professionals out there, but you know how it is.
Dave says blah there, so we think we
Blah.
can guess his thoughts on the situation.
Blah.
Quiz is a good one, he says. His guess is freezing rain. My mom is also with us. Hi, Mom.
Hello.
She's saying, good morning, Facebook friends. Port Huron at 62 degrees and sunny. Brendan and Trevor, great job with not much sleep. Trevor definitely got
Yeah, guess
Not
what
as
I'm
much
doing
sleep
as
as
soon
me.
as I get home.
I'd say napping.
You know, I was supposed to have a haircut today with Mud. At
Oh, yeah?
And it's at 6:30, and I scheduled
Oh.
these like a month and a half ahead of time, and the idea was, oh well, it's Wednesday. I'm probably going to be reporting. I go 9 to 5. I'll just go there after work, and then I saw that I have to work this morning, and I was like, yeah, that's not happening because
No.
that would mean that I'd have to drive to work and back from Kalkaska, and then to Traverse City and back again in the same day. That's a lot of gas.
Yeah.
And also, I'm going to be sleeping at that time probably. So, like, no, that's not going to happen. I'm going to have to move that.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a haircut some other time. Hopefully soon. Maybe I can reschedule it to, like, next week or something. Or maybe over the weekend.
Our good
Just
friend Mud.
sometime that's not 6:30 today. That's not going to work. No.
I'm sure you can reschedule.
Yeah.
Mud's pretty flexible.
Yes.
They get busy, though, this time of year.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So many people moving back up here for their summer homes.
Yes. Susie Q is saying good morning. It's 59 in Frederick. Hi, Susie Q. It's sunny, too. She's hoping to ride her bike today and then going to a car cruise in Indian River. And we love your flower emojis there, Susie Q. Our friend Ethan is saying good morning. Brendan, Trevor, and Gib, 62 in sunshine in Sioux City, Iowa, climbing to 94 today with a chance of severe storms.
Good stuff.
No, thank you.
I miss the severe storms. We don't really get that up here, do we? We do occasionally, but
Yeah,
it's not as fun.
occasionally, yeah.
Occasionally.
Our friend and coworker Adam, watching this morning, saying, hey, everyone.
Hi, Adam.
Hi, Adam. Ethan is going with sleet for the weather quiz. So is Susie Q. Kip, watching from Highland, Michigan. Hi, Kip. Bethel saying good morning, guys, from Manistee. And Chris doesn't like the eye doctor.
The eye doctor. I've never been to one.
What?
My eye doctor is my normal doctor.
What?
When they do the, like, you know, when you go for your, like, annual checkups or whatever, they have you do your, well, when you're growing, they have you do your weight, but then, your height, and then they have you do your weight, and then they test your vision, and then you get checked up normally. Do the normal doctors up here not do eye tests too, normally? No?
I don't remember going to the doctor as a child, but at least my doctor now, no.
Really?
I mean, like with the
Maybe
thing
that's just-
way on the
maybe that
wall
was
where you
the
read the
thing that-
letters.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No. At least for my doctor, they don't do that. I go to a separate eye
Really?
doctor.
That was always a part of, like, all my normal check. I just thought that was normal. I guess not. That was a part of every annual checkup that I did every year. Like my normal doctor just did that. That was a part of my annual checkup every year.
Never been to an optometrist?
No.
Oh.
Mostly because I don't need to. I'm extremely lucky in that regard. I don't know why. Both my parents need glasses, and I don't. And for that fact, neither does my brother. So like, I have no idea how that happened. But
Okay.
maybe I'll need them at some point when I get older. My mom said growing up that she didn't need glasses, but now she needs reading glasses and also sunglasses, like prescription sunglasses. So maybe as I get older, I'll need like cataracts or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Huh.
We'll see.
Interesting. Well, the only part that I didn't really like, but now the technology's changed for the pressure, they would shoot a little stream of air into your eyeball, and it always scared me. But now there's another piece of machinery where that's not needed.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, it
Just
wasn't great.
Shooting air into your eyes. That's how you get like those sticky, dry eyes that
It was.
they make your eyes red. Dude, dry eyes are the worst. What? That sounds like torture.
It wasn't like a long, like a prolonged period of
Here you
air
go,
blowing in
just
your eye,
spray
but it was just a quick little stream of air, a little puff. Yeah, Gib's saying a little puff. That's a good way to describe it. You've had that done too, Gib? Yeah. Yeah, many times he said.
World?
You've never heard about this?
No.
No?
I've never had that happen to
Oh.
me ever.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible, though.
not
I don't
fun.
want that. What the heck?
But it's all for a reason, so. Who else do we have? Oh, Jackie, she wanted to make sure she heard you right. Are you living in Kalkaska, Trevor?
I am living in Kalkaska now temporarily, yes.
Yep. You heard correctly, Jackie. Gibbs saying hi to Adam. Our friend Thomas saying good morning. Sunny and smoke on the water here in Bois Blanc Island. guessing sleet, and then saying God bless. Little fun fact, Trevor, Thomas and I have the same birthday. We celebrated on Monday.
Yes.
Yep. And Susie Q doesn't like the dentist either.
Who actually does? Like, come on.
I like going to the dentist.
Really? You're the first person I've ever heard say that.
Yeah, I like. And then Gibbs.
There's a first for everything.
Gibbs' mom was what was the title? Dental assistant. Yeah, dental assistant. And so, did that mean that? Did she help calm your fears, Gib? Going to the dentist? He said no. Do you like going to the dentist, Gib? Now he does. Okay. So 2 people right there, Trevor. 2 people like going to
First
the
2 people in my
dentist.
entire life.
And oh, Susie Q, I'm glad somebody thinks this. You guys are too funny. I love it. Thank you for sticking with us here, Susie Q.
I don't get told that very often. I get told you're weird, which is fair because I am.
And then Jackie loves her dentist, Dr. Mac. We'll shout out to Dr.
Mac
Mac.
for Dr. Mackinac.
Dr. Mackinac. I don't know if it's short for Mackinac.
Throw that out there. The Big Mac. Dr. Mac.
All right, we're all caught up on comments, Trevor.
All right, when we get to the weather quiz, the answer, I heard a lot of people say sleet. That is the answer, is sleet. Yep. That is, again, that's when it melts partially and then it refreezes before touching the ground. Another answer on that list was freezing rain. And freezing rain is the other scenario where it freezes upon contact with the ground, not before. So that's freezing rain. And freezing rain is significantly more dangerous than sleet, as we've seen with the ice storm not too long ago. And there's a look at our updated standings. Brendan, 2 for 2. Director Gibb, 2 for 3. He missed his chance to go perfect this morning. Same thing with producer Sarah, 1 for 3. And our Facebook viewer, who is Susan Lashims this morning, joined us, and they're a perfect 3 for 3. So we got 2 people still perfect this week. So good stuff. And as per the usual, if you want to get your name shouted out for the Facebook question, then you have to join us at 6:20 in the morning, or whenever it is.
Yep, that's right. Cheryl saying, hi, what's going on? You know, just hanging out here in the digital studio. What's going on with you, Cheryl? Let us know. And then Ethan wants to know, Trevor, how's that drive from Kalkaska to Traverse City?
From Kalkaska? Well, it depends on where in Kalkaska you are. I say Kalkaska because that's just like a general location that most people know, but technically I'm like far east Kalkaska. For me, going in this morning very, very early with nobody on the road, it took me 50 minutes, but normally it takes me over an hour to get here.
Okay.
Yeah. Because like normally if I go in the morning or in the afternoon, there's traffic in Traverse City, especially now with the construction that just makes it like 10 times worse. The longest so far, the record is an hour and a half, and the shortest was 45 minutes, and that was because I was speeding the entire time.
Oh.
Yeah. But today I did not speed to get in here, so it took me 50 minutes. And 50 minutes, and that's with legitimately, I did not pass a single car. It was absolute loner. It was a very lonely drive for 50 minutes. There's nobody on the road, dark. Yeah, 72, very desolate road at 2 o'clock in the morning, apparently.
It is.
And
maybe some
even with
creatures
nobody
roaming
on the
around.
road, it took me 50 minutes to get here. So yeah, it's a far drive. But yeah, I'm 10 minutes east of downtown Kalkaska. A lot of people that live in the Kalkaska area will know. You go downtown Kalkaska, 72 meets, what is that road called? It's the road that you take to get to Mansalona. I forgot what that road is called. Anyway, the
Not going to be much
intersection in downtown Kalkaska, right there on the Shell gas station corner with Burger King and Arby's and also the convenience store there.
What,
I
131? 131?
I go east down that road, so I don't go north or south to get to Mansalona or whatever. I continue to go. I go east down that road another 10 minutes, and that's where I am, approximately.
We need to get Heather, Trevor, a few lunch Sunday. Jackie's saying that we need to get Heather, Trevor, and me for lunch on Sunday with our Weight Watcher people. Could make that happen.
Potentially on Sunday. It depends when, because I do have to work. You know, obviously I work evenings on Sunday.
Yeah.
Being the weekend net and whatnot.
Yeah, well, figure something out. And we can chat about tomorrow for the Thursday
Right.
edition of Up North Live News Today. Starting at 4:30, Trevor will make that long trek from Kalkaska County to Leelanau County.
I believe at 1:30 in the morning.
Yes, and we'll be live on TV and also online too, upnorthlive.com. A lot of times we hear from our friends, oh, I can't watch it. We don't have TV, we don't have cable, don't have satellite. Well, if you have internet connection, you can stream us live there. Also, the News On app is another trusty source.
Yep.
Oh, Jackie meant someday.
Oh, someday.
Someday, not
Okay.
Sunday. Yep. And Wally saying a little late, but good morning, Brendan and Trevor. Wally is reporting 61 there in Mayo. Thank you, Wally, for chiming
morning.
in. And then Ethan says, thanks for the info, Trevor. Have a wonderful Wednesday.
Thank you. You as
You
well.
too, Ethan.
Enjoy the storms. I don't know if you probably like storms, being a meteorologist and whatnot, but
Yeah. And then tomorrow, in terms of what Madison's doing, Madison will be live in Grand Traverse County. Kingsley, in fact, there's a parade of homes going on this weekend, Trevor. A parade of homes. Yeah, so that means you can tour some of the newer construction, the newer builds in the area. And by the area, I mean the Grand Traverse region. Maybe you can like find your next home.
that would be cool if you're looking for a home.
Yeah. Or
I'm
maybe
definitely not. I can't afford one of those.
or maybe some inspiration for like a home renovation project.
I'm going to be renting for like the next 10 years of my life, probably.
So you can go into these homes, take tours, and kind of see some of the newest trends with these new builds. So that could be fun.
Yeah.
Madison's going to have that preview tomorrow morning. It's probably going to be, oh, Ethan's saying the severe weather is probably going to be to his north, but we will see. So, well, thanks, friends, for joining us here in the digital studio. Gib, any comments? Have a wacky Wednesday, he says.
Wacky.
Do you want to top that, Trevor? Anything else?
No.
Wacky Wednesday? No?
I was looking forward to talking about hockey, but no. We've run out of time. We'll do it some other day.
Okay. All right. Tune in tomorrow for Hockey Talk. We'll be back here at 8:35 tomorrow. Bye.